vitality.
Deranged, mentally unstable, physically incapable.
So strange, facing my inner battles. Looks like I'm seeing double.
Feels like it's a puzzle finding my
identity, my identity, my identity, my identity, my identity. Here's the last identity.
This is Venom. Normally when I post something, I post it letting you know that this is Kevyn M. But I decided to introduce myself today as Venom because even though Kevyn M is a growing name, I know that Venom is already a known name, and I'd like to take this time and use my celebrity to convey this message. This message is a message that is being sent out to all of the gay youth in America or across the world for that matter, who are suffering from rejection, they're suffering from discrimination, hate crimes, bullying, as if we don't have enough to deal with within ourselves, fighting with ourselves, feeling like we're less than, feeling like we're worthless, feeling like the nation's trash, feeling like we're those who are the ones who should be thrown away. This is my It Gets Better message, because it really does. Again, I'm using my celebrity as Venom to reach out to everyone who grabs a hold of this video and can watch it. Life gets better. You know, we all have our struggles, we all have our ups and downs. But after the news with Tyler Clementi, and I just heard of another young man who died recently, or dealing with all the suicides, it stems from depression, and depression stems from maybe rejection or self-hatred or whatever the case may be. But we really do have to learn to love and accept ourselves for who we are, and I think that the sooner we can learn who we are for ourselves, we can come closer to accepting who we really are. And once we've accepted who we are, nobody in heaven, hell, or earth can break that. And we need to realize that, understand that. Just my personal experiences. For those of you who have followed, my story, those of you who know me, and I know this message is for young people, and most young people I'm really aiming this message towards shouldn't really know who I am, but the message I'm conveying is that I've done porn. I stopped doing it because I was, according to everybody else's standards, I was doing something that was very shameful. I've lived in shame for a couple of years. I stopped doing porn, and I went back to church, and I tried to fit myself in the mold that everyone said that I should fit. And for the longest I was unhappy. For the longest I was uncomfortable in my own skin. I was uncomfortable with who I was and who I was attracted to. I felt that I had to live a double life, and any of you who read my blogs know I wrote about living a masked life, living as someone else, and I can write about it because I've lived it, but that's not me anymore. Again, I don't parade who I am, but I don't hide who I am anymore either. More and more family members and friends who didn't know now. And it's not even so much that I went and told them, but again, it's about accepting me. And once I accept me, it doesn't matter who else does it. I keep reading articles and I keep looking at videos and everything of what happened with Tyler, and the situation is very sad. And one of the worst things that, you know, that happens is shame. This guy basically lost his life, or gave his life, honestly, due to shame. His personal life was leaked out. It was streamed on the internet for the world to see. And it wasn't his choice. It's one thing if it's your choice to say, hey world, I'm gay. I think I've done that. But this 18-year-old child who just started living, barely, is now gone because of this. And a lot of the media is putting it on, you know, these people who were bullying him. It wasn't, I mean, in my opinion, it's not so much about him being bullied, but it was disrespectful. It was, if there's shame to be tied to this story, it's to his roommate and his roommate's accomplice. But again, the message that I want to say is that it gets better. And even in my own life, I've acknowledged and I've seen how things get better. You know, before, where I was lonely and I was fighting to get the acceptance of people, I never learned to love myself. And the moment I began to love myself, I began to see that people are the people who matter are going to love me regardless. I was worried about some of my closest friends not loving me anymore. They still love me. People who I looked up to, like there's a specific pastor of mine, or a former pastor of mine, who I love dearly, and I thought that he didn't understand me. And honestly, you just heard again, that's our conversation of him telling me how he's been praying for me, how he understands where I am. And I'm not going to say my struggle, but my life decisions. He understands who Kevyn is. He understands, you know, what my desires are, and that he respects me for that. And me saying that it gets better, my main point is that if you love yourself, if you accept yourself, and don't worry about it, because if you were straight, people would have something to say. If you were black, people would have something to say. If you were white, people would have something to say. If you were rich, people would have something to say. If you were poor, people would have something to say. So it doesn't matter so much about your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter about your status with finances. It doesn't matter the color of your skin, where you were raised, or anything like that. What matters is that you love you. And the sooner you can love you, and not faking it, not saying, oh, I love myself, but deep down inside you hate who you are. You have to learn to love every flaw, every deficiency, every discrepancy, everything about you that you normally wouldn't think to like or love. When you learn to do that, you'll learn to accept yourself. And when you learn to accept yourself, you'll realize that life really does get better. I really do believe that if you put good out, you get good back. And if you just tell yourself, now I'm going to put good out, and concentrate on those things. Set goals and objectives for yourself. And don't worry about who's supporting you and who isn't supporting you. Remember, Beyonce wrote the song Me, Myself, and I? When you learn to love those three people and all that it's worth, you'll really see that it really does get better. Now, I want to let you know that I love you. I really love you, and that you are loved by somebody. If you want to send me a message, if you want to hit me up some kind of way, you can email me at kvnmines@gmail.com. That's kvnmines@gmail.com. I will gladly respond to your emails. You can check out my blog at kevynm.blogspot.com. Read about, my thoughts and opinions on what's going on in the media with gay society, in the gay community, going on in the church, because I'm a little bit of both worlds. Just stay connected, and I'm here for you. I love you guys. I'm definitely praying, and again, remember, it gets better.